Welcome everyone to today's live stream. We're back at Solarpunk. What is this? Number 4, I think. 4th live stream with Solarpunk. Yes, it's number 4. So we're back, and I am seriously glad again because I have been so enjoying Solarpunk. I put a lot of time in the last, like a little bit more Saturday after the stream, and then a bunch of time on Sunday, and I think Monday again. I just tend to lose myself in the game, but I have done quite a bit around the island that I could do without skipping over stuff that I feel like would be better to show in the live stream. So we're going to dive right into getting some unlocks today, do some other stuff. But I also have a lot of stuff I've done that we need to look at. Be tactical, that's fine. We will see you back later. You can tell us what you ended up buying. Timmy, you want your treats? Or you want to look at, you want to be on camera? You're looking at the camera like you want to be on camera. You're on camera. You're right up here, right above your head. No? There's your snack. Well, each snack. Hey, Jenny. So yeah, as I put in the title, I have done some major rework on the island. Not like the cosmetic building I want to do. We need to unlock the stone style buildings because I would prefer to have that than doing the wood type. I think my left earplug has kind of stopped pushing audio for some reason. Yeah, it feels like it's not pushing audio. So yeah, let's go ahead and dive in. Just let me show you what I got going. As soon as this picks up, there we go. All right, so you might already see some stuff right there. I have completely reworked my electrical setup. Okay. Because last time I unlocked the drones, I was like, I gotta do something with that. I've also moved my forge, and while this isn't exactly what I want, this is kind of the vibe I'm going to go for when I redo the forge setup. Is an outdoor forge kiln type area where I've expanded my storage out so that it's storage like produced materials, and then over here one for each of the regular materials that I can throw in. Of course, that's going to be clay, which hopefully I get going. And now it gave me more room for my fuel, which I have massively been expanding on this. And I've had a chance, thanks to this, to play around with the drones a bit, which is also part of the reason I had to redo my power. So what the drones do, and what threw me off, is because you could go to one of these, you can assign a drone to a storage item, and it will basically just take from that storage. Since you don't have other stuff that dumps into that storage right now, that doesn't help me. But you know, you go to a drill and say collect from this, it'll just go continuously collect and then bring stuff back over here, which is helpful. As you see, I got stuff going there, and they are set now because, well, let me show you how much they got, or what I've got going. I have 16 windmills with room for more. I have 16 solar panels, and I think I have a few spare I can put in. You see, it's raining, so there's not a lot of power going. But I'm still producing way more than I need, despite the drones costing 300 power each. Okay, that's 300 power. I do have 9 batteries right now to make sure I've got plenty of power just in case. But I also played around with the power switch and the daylight sensor. Now it's daylight, so it's still pushing power through it. I didn't tie it in, try to do like an A/B either or with the rain sensor. I might try that later, but you know, as far as, for most part, what this will do is just when it's nighttime, it cuts the power, so the drones come back, dock, and stop, since they don't need to be going out anywhere anyway, because my drills are not running at night. So that's all I've done there. And you see I've got the nice long flow going here. I started playing with mounting stuff, trying to create like a power pole type of thing. Now, the problem with this, and I'm hoping we get a fix for this in the updates, is these cannot place straight on the ground. You can't. It has to snap. So what you got to do is put in a foundation, place the pole, take the foundation out. So in some cases, it visually works because it's covered up with grass, but in some of it, you can see the gap. And I hope we get a fix for that. Technically, I probably could do... If I could target it, I could probably get that to snap under and it would go in the ground. But yeah, I would like to see at least the post, stuff like that, be buildable without snapping. And then I threw these, which of course just came off the fence post, the lights, chained all together. And then this chain of my 5 per, or, you know, each column is 5. And I got 3 rows. So you go just all the way across, and I've got one more here, so I start building across, and then I'm just going to kind of get it over to a certain amount. And I know we've got some higher elevation type blimp turbines we unlocked, so I don't want to take the whole thing up for those in case I get a better option with those, like a tier 2 type option. So yeah, but I've got plenty of power now, and that moving that stuff there, kind of reorganizing a bit, helped free up that because I was running out of space. So reorganizing, and while I still have my walk down over there, let me show you the rest of the power setup. So way I did this is I built down from here, I snapped across and built down, and then it did not line up right. And unfortunately, you can't snap a foundation to an existing, like, set of stairs or a wall, so I had to kind of guesstimate, you know, get it. I built all the way down, and then I had to kind of place it by hand and then rebuild it. So this is set up. I can walk through to each row, and I'm going to do another row on this side, where I'll probably do it along this edge. But yeah, I got room for a few more there. The power connectors don't place hanging upside down or to the side, or at least I couldn't find a way to do it. So I'm hoping we'll get a way to kind of rotate them a little bit more freely like that with an update. So instead I had to kind of do these little trickeries to get it like that. But then you come down here and I have my battery bank. Right now I'm not even hitting the batteries at all, but the idea is I can fill it all the way around, and then I can stack above it if I want to, keeping it like that. Then you'll see just that one little row of batteries up above. And yeah, that'll give me plenty of battery storage if I need it, because I expect to have a lot more power. And then that whole thing right there is going to be power production with the windmills, whatever I get. Which leaves these just kind of sitting here because they take up too much room in inventory. And then this is all linked now, so sprinklers never stop, never run out of power. And yeah, now today I feel like if I could get the unlocks done, also I've got all those which are still on the drills. I haven't built across there. May end up doing that today. You can steal some of my ideas. Yes. I do want to point out I had another animal bug. Okay, so the pig, Crispy Bacon, he was placed over here, and the next time I played, he refused to drink at all. Like, would not go eating water. His water was at 0. He wasn't producing truffles, and I couldn't get it working. So what I did was I just moved it and watched him then decide, oh hey, I guess I'll walk over here to this spot, and he's right next to the water, and he immediately started drinking. Whereas way over here, I guess for some reason it worked temporarily at one point and then it stopped working. So I didn't get truffles as quickly as I had hoped, and that did cause it to take about 3 more hours of game time for me to get enough truffles for the next unlock right there. So yeah, just be careful if you see something like that happening. It can be a case where the pig might say that's too far to walk, and I'm not going to do that. So with that all kind of cleared out, of course we're going to see more today. I'm trying to remember what all I needed. I know the sunflower or the truffle, I needed a few of those. I want to say the sunflowers were next. I can't remember for sure, but let's go get the next unlock. Actually, you know what? No, I remember what I did now. I did unlock already. I took the truffles already. Never mind. You know what I was getting last time? I was getting the next upgrade, and I already did that. I forgot I did that. So we actually have the new upgrade in place, so I can go as far out as I want, which means that's a new one, because right there, well, for some reason it's... Okay, now I'm not moving, but it's not hiding it. But if I do it a certain way, it's like it hid the cursor. Okay, but anyway, there, I haven't been there because there's a dock. And that's those. There's a dock. There's still another upgrade to get. And then there's that one that I can't remember. I don't think I made it to that one last time. We got 2 more places going. I gotta get corn. So let's go to the one up there. So is that the last island? It might be the last island in that area. Okay, so yes, we're gonna go that way. And let me double check. I think the sand is the only one. Yeah, I have not gone to the sand island to say go and bring me anything, you know, from there for the drones, because I have so much glass at the moment. So it's got to be that one in the distance there. Now, I do see one still to my left, way off there. And that, I want to say, yeah, I've been to that one too. That's what happens. I hadn't played for a few days. So we got one more island way off there. That's a wintry island. And this. So we're now getting out of the... Well, we'll finish this and be the last of the main grassy biomes. Good afternoon, Felonious. Yeah, the pig, the same thing happened with that that first chicken. It got stuck on my island, and my only option there was to send it to another island and send it back afterwards. So definitely still buggy on the animals, on their logic, where they're too easy to get hung up on some aspect. I feel like that should be a fairly simple fix. Like, hey, animal doesn't move for X amount of time, unstuck. If animal is eating, maybe a range thing for when you place the animal's trough thing down to say, hey, this is the trough. Also, I just remembered, because I was coming in a little fast there, couple of times I died playing since last week, and what it was is apparently with the upgrades you also speed up a good bit in terms of your top speed. So I died, oh no, I hope that doesn't mess me up, because I came in a little too fast, and what happened is I came up to the dock and I basically wedged myself under the dock, and I guess it treated it like I was stuck, so it didn't unstuck on me, but what that did was it killed me. So I had to, fortunately, one of them, it did make me go back to the island to get my stuff, but the second time it just spawned it right there next to me when I respawned on my island. I just had to summon the airship again, which did not have any damage, surprisingly. But yeah, it was frustrating, to say the least, that I got twice killed because I ended up somehow wedging under the spot of the actual dock, and it treated it like I was completely stuck, just killed me. And we've got a clay location now. All right, so I've got to get this done. I mean, well, we got plenty of room here. I don't have to put the dock right next to it. But I do want to keep it close by enough. I'm not like you don't have to run super far. I guess somewhere over around here would be kind of good for the dock. Really, I need like a torch type thing, but not an option. They'll do it like this. Oh, okay, out. That's fine. I'll take that one. All right, let's explore because there's gonna be some chest or something here. And got some berries. Not what I want. Also, yes, may have corn. That's what I'm missing is corn. Cotton. Ah. Oh. I like that. There should be a path up, but there might not be. I might have to actually fly up there. Oh, sunflower. Okay. Oh no, melons. Come on, I need the new good stuff. Yes, oh, okay. Ooh. Let me look around the other side. Maybe there is something on this side. Nope. Yeah, probably should have gone ahead and brought the dock. This is much more of a, like, you're gonna have to build some pathways up and down yourself in some places. Oh. I will come back. Let's go ahead. And I think because of the drones now, all right, they don't wait till it's full. They go out and just grab what they can, as long as it's got stuff in there and brings it back. So at nighttime, again, they would not travel anyway. And there is an upgrade once I get the conduit circuit thing, whatever. So they can now carry 2 stacks worth. So I'm thinking about dropping the whole 3 drills at each location for having something instead. That'll just be 2 drills. That way, like I got them, the drones now named Iron 1, Copper 1. What I'll do is later, after I get the brick building stuff going in, I can design it more the way I want it to be in the final aspect, is have Iron 1, Iron 2. And so have the 2 drones going at a time to each location. Even with iron being right there, it's just easier for I don't have to manage it. So it just keeps going. That will keep a very steady amount coming in. And I'm having no problem getting enough fuel from trees. I mean, it actually is a case now with not this latest update, the previous update. They changed it where you can occasionally get a spare set of seeds from certain things. At least as far as the wild plants, the wild crops. I'm also seeing it with the trees, so I'll end up there like, oh, I had 9 of this type the last few times I did this run through here, and now I ended up with 11 seeds after I harvested all the trees. So what went from, like, you know, just a short stretch is now all of that. So I am getting more and more trees, so it's not a problem getting more and more storage, or more and more wood to cover everything. So let me organize everything. Of course, I am out of room. Ooh, actually, probably should go ahead and get these. Yeah. go. Okay, that's good. That gets that out of the way, and now I got that. So what I want to do is, since I already have stuff, and I haven't seen anything about recycling anything yet, like take this and break it back down to the crafted, you know, the original components. I don't want to have a drill that I have to just throw away. So I am going to start right now with stripping out drill number 3. Yeah, see, that's the one that's getting harvested constantly. And this one isn't. So I'm going to demolish that. And I'll grab some of these over here. That way we'll have the necessary stuff. So let's see, that should be 2 drills, 4 solar panels. Will be sufficient power for it. And I need a new drone as well. So for the moment, like that. Because, yeah, we're gonna need another drone. Yeah, this is just temporary. So, you know, I can get everything kind of going for a moment. Drone is cobalt, iron, copper. All right, so there we go. And yes, and you hear the drones turning on as soon as the it gets bright enough. Yes. All right. So now is the this one. The drones do not snap, but you don't exactly have the best like range anyway. You still have to have it where the drone has clearance. And we're going to change this to clay 1 for now. Right. So let's get a dock. That wood, iron, and cloth. That was 20 iron. Yeah, I am kind of eating up that wood, but okay. What's there for? Emergency building too. I'll get some more in a minute. Oh yeah, and I've created a new stack just for the leaves right now. Okay, got dock. I've got that. Let's go ahead and get some goodies posting while I'm gone. Yep. Let's I'm getting a little full there. Throw in a couple of those. I did just use stacks of those, so I'm sure the electric is probably what I'm going to need as far as the furnace for automating with, like, say, a drone later. But right now, there's really no need to do that when it's so easy to go get a ton of wood. Wood honestly lasts a super long time with the basic furnace. So much to the point you see the massive number of the wax briquettes I've been making. And once that whole thing is full, I'm going to load them up and run through like 2 rounds of just using the wax briquettes. And I can use all the wood for building or whatever. Yeah, it's like, it's so easy to get some of the resources once you really get going. Now, I did have an idea on, since I haven't seen it yet, but there is a forester robot we will get to unlock. You can go and look at some of the promo stuff on Steam. You can see it. It's one of the buildables, and you see it in place on one of the pictures. Depending on how that works, if that is like, here's a chest where the robot plants and grows the trees, here's the chest where it's got the wood and the leaves, then I'll have a drone that goes and collects that, and depending on where I place it, you know, power-wise, it probably would need to go on the main island. Just depends on space, but I may, you know, end up ultimately putting it to the side on one of the other islands and just have it be like the drone goes there, because it's not like it's gonna have to be heavy amount of traffic. You know, if the drone is having to wait for the tree to grow, you know, for the forester, then it's not like the forester is going to be constantly producing, kind of like the drills are. It's going to take longer. So, you know, I could put it on their island, just let the drone grab as needed. Tomatoes. Okay, so we got tomatoes. Let's go ahead and get this. I know tomatoes were one of the things I'd need, so yeah, that's that. And now we'll go to the other taller spot. I don't think I made it up there either. Or maybe I did. Maybe that, yeah. That's the path I walked up and I could get up top there. I think. No, I did not. Make, oh, yeah, okay, there's the archway. I saw that and I was like, I bet there's no way up there. And I was right. Okay, I saw this. Carrots! 1 carrot. And corn. All right. I got corns. I got the tomatoes. That's another flashy plant there. And that's got a plant. Also, where is the chest? There should be a chest on the island. So far, all the islands have had like a secret chest kind of tucked away. Welcome back, Jenny. All right, you know what? I am going to land over here, and since I got the dock, I could just shimmy my way down. Got another thing of corn. That's helpful. Yeah, I feel like if I jump down there, A, it might hurt. B, I might slide off the rock and off to the open air below it. Okay, so if there's a chest, it's somewhere tucked away over here, maybe? No? Well, might be a cave back here. There's, well, a recess. No, just here's some clay back in the corner. Okay. Well, where's my spot? There it is. Do this one. And this. It won't be right next to where I dock, but that's okay because I'm going to have a drone for that purpose anyway. Okay. Here we go. And I'll just take this out. Bingo. Okay. Which I only got 1 drill at the moment. So we'll have to come back. But I'll take one of the drills from one of the other spots is my plan. Like, you know, go get copper and clear out 1 drill there. And that. All I need. Great. Okay. So now that will run. Oh, and yeah, I need to go ahead and set that up. At least it will be running. And maybe the chest is down on this lower area? Down there? What? Why bother flying when I can just build? Yeah. Cannot be placed in air. Okay, so do it like this. Okay, I don't see a chest anywhere that I mean, maybe I missed it and I'll find it later, but maybe there's not a chest on this one. Maybe it's because there's so much stuff. You got clay, you got tomato and corn. Oh, there you go, you just get this. Okay, so clay drone has power, and the clay should be producing as soon as it has one in there. The drone should trigger to head this way. Be the idea, and we might actually pass him in flight on his way there. I did chase a drone one time flying back. I did catch up to my drone and I literally was like, flew by, just kind of waved down. So, we might actually pass the drone on the way there. And that may end up being the first spot I go and set 2 drones actively going, because what I'm expecting is I'm going to need a lot of clay to make bricks for building the brick foundation, the brick design style. So I may need quite a bit of clay production from over there. And reverse does not seem to work very consistently. Like, I'll do reverse and it just shuts off. Like, it doesn't actually reverse anymore. It just kind of... like, nope, not doing that. And I didn't see it, but I feel like there was not any damage listed on it initially. And then suddenly it's like, hey, this is about to break. So... it seems to still have a bug where it doesn't always show the actual health value on it. Okay, that is gone. And that is full, so now it will go. Well, again, the fact you have an upgrade slot, so you can have 2 stacks worth. But that's fine, because it's got plenty to go and get. Done that. Okay, let's see. Tomato seeds, corn, carrots already got handled. And of course now I'm going to need additional storage for the other items. So we'll just put it there. And what happened to my seed? Yeah, there we go. third thing I want to do, once I get the new design unlocked, I'm going to redo my storage with a new building. It's going to be much more carefully organized. I'm just kind of squeezing stuff in while I can to get by. You guys have been thirsty. It's a hot day, huh? You're very thirsty, yeah. Truffles and eggies, which I trust all of these are going to be part of the food basket thing. I think it's a basket or food packet, whatever that I make for trading for extra value. I'm always at work. It never ends. I've been doing this. I just keep going. You know. Oh, I should have brought the carrot seeds because I actually have room for one more. And those are plants. So now we're going to do, just to get started, a couple of these. Okay. And if that's all the crops in the end, that's all the different crops, then I'll have enough for, like, yeah, 9. Well, I do have extra wheat because I needed the wheat for food production for them, but I'm actually doing okay with the food for the animals now. Also notice we didn't see any sheep on that island, so that means there should be a sheep on another island. So I probably should go ahead and take the shipping, the animal shipping thing with me. So I can ship the sheep when I find it. And we'll just go ahead and toss those in. You see, I have been racking up some points just because of some of the items I'm just getting so much of. It's like I don't want a weird imbalance of, like, I've got 3 chests full of watermelon. So now we'll do cloth and briquettes. Let's see. I'll get as many as I can. There we go. And I still have extra cloth. Boom, look at that. A C64 and A4? I was not old enough to have that. My first games were, I want to say, I think it was my dad's Apple Mac, the Apple II SE, I think is the one he had to start with. And I remember playing, there was one, it was the Staff of Ra. It was an early exploring, you know, survival type game. Basically, don't get killed, you know, type of game where you explored a pyramid to find the Staff of Ra, and it was randomly generated. So I mean, the one time I beat the game, it was literally the staff was on the first level. You know, I just walked around the corner, and there it was. Hey, I won the game. And I never won the game again. Beyond that, I'm going to say it was the Nintendo. Original Nintendo was the next real game. Well, no, Atari. I remember Atari when I was like maybe 4 playing Pong. I remember that. I will say that's the extent of my Atari game collection. I think is all it was. And Nintendo was like, of course, Super Mario. I had a lot of, actually, I think I still have all my Nintendo games. Somewhere my NES is in storage. I'm just not sure where in storage. So somewhere in 86, 87, I would say, is when I got into playing games. Okay, those are off. And let's just look at my power. 3,680 from the windmills, and my power, of course, because the drones are cut off, that's all I'm using right now. So I'm not even at the point that I need the batteries. Drones are very heavy. That's why you have the switching for that. Oh, wait. Did I have it? Yes, I got the transport. So we're going to take the transport thing. I got clay, so there's nothing else as far as a mineable resource, unless I go find on one of these other islands a new mineable resource. All right, so that's the new one. There is that one there. It's a wintry little one. Been to that one, so we're going to, let's say, the southeast. And before I go flying out, let's check the weather. 6 a.m. We're going to get some rain with that. It is 6-hour cycles. You know, I have enough. I can make it. And that should be that one way over there. Even though it's dark, I can see just a little fringe of that bend shape. Wow, okay. Yeah, Spectrum ZX. Yeah, actually the Commodore 64, I mean, I never played one as a kid, never did anything with that. My dad bought a Mac, you know, it's an Apple II, and then he upgraded. I don't remember which one it was. Maybe it was the Performa. Was that model? I know there was a Performa in the mix, and it may have been that. He upgraded, and I got the Apple II. And then he upgraded again to Power Mac, I want to say was the next one. And then I got the Performa. And then he upgraded to a better Power Mac, or maybe it was the iMac then, and I got the Performa, or the Power Mac. Then I got the iMac. I basically ended up getting the hand-me-down most of the time until, I'll say, I think maybe college is when I got a computer that was all mine. I would say it was late high school or college. I got a PowerBook. Of course, I was going to college, and it'd be easier for me to deal with a laptop than trying to have a desktop, you know. Most of the time, gaming when I was growing up was like Nintendo, Super Nintendo. I had a Game Gear, of course, Game Boy. I had a Game Gear. Oh, I parked right by the chest. And I got a metal axe. What else was it? Well, Super Nintendo N64, of course. With the expansion, the little GPU chip thing upgrade for better graphics. I had that. The N64. Special Legend of Zelda, the gold cartridge. I still have that buried somewhere. I don't have some of the other special stuff that came with it, but that's still one I have buried somewhere. And of course, GameCube. I had GameCube. I had a Wii. I don't know if I still have that. I bought it used from somebody simply because I wanted to homebrew it to play whatever. And I had it playing like Super Nintendo, where I was using the Wii controller to replace the Super Nintendo, you know, shoulder gun that they have for some of the games on that. And I can't remember the name of the game. There was 2 of them. It was kind of like Pacific Rim, but instead of fighting kaiju, you fought other robots. So it was like fighting robots, and you used the rifle shoulder cannon thing as the controller to shoot, you know, aim and shoot at them. I can't remember the name of those games though. There's 2 of them. I played those a lot on Super Nintendo. Algae. Okay, so I'm gonna need like an algae farm over here. Then. I forgot algae was a harvestable thing, apparently, from only this one little area. So I may actually have to build over here. Yeah, I'm gonna have a much bigger farming area in the end. I'm thinking 2 8 point grids for each item. Get up here, come on. It's a path. It lets me up. Can't jump and grab something. Come on, I could jump and yank the vine. I'm not hearing any of a sheep. There's the rain. Okay. Of course. Thunder and lightning. Very, very frightening. Somebody got that song reference. You know what? Maybe I can just do it from the air side. I was just slightly off. There we go. Yeah, I have room. I'm not gonna worry about it. If it's play, I can get it on autopilot now, assuming my drone's actually working. Oh, there is the sheep. Stuck. Sparkle. Oh, that was lightning, you know, thunder hit, and then Sparkle bleeding at the same time. I get it. You're afraid, Sparkle. The transport home. I don't even have a sheep in at this moment. But now I'll have a sheep. Okay. So sheep. This game is kind of like a loft, except for the fact you don't have a wing suit that you can fly around with. So I can't like jump and go flying through the air. And then you don't fly the islands around. You don't turn them into airships. You just fly between islands with a fixed design airship. You can upgrade for, you know, better durability and range to where you can go, but it's not like you can expand. So it's like a loft in a way, and then it's more technologically advanced than a loft. It's not just like primitive tech. It's solar power and, well, sustainable power, you know, solar, wind, you know, using wood for biomass kind of thing. Alright, so I got some more algae, ore that I'm not really worried about. Pom-pom! Great, there's 2 sheep, so I gotta come back here now. 1 pig so far, now 2 sheep. I don't know, which one is the better name, Pom-pom or Sparkle? Pom-pom is a bit more visually fitting, if you ask me. Sparkle, not so much. This should not last much longer. It should clear up. Time for me to run back home. I want to get everything I can. Especially the fact I'm getting more seeds for stuff I need to produce a bunch of. Ooh, another chest. I happen to have room for. Okay. Worst case, I will toss the leaves if I have to. This is a rather large island area. Backpack extension? Okay. I got excited about the extension, and I don't seem to have gotten the extension. I guess I need to go make it. That, yes, that's why you look all over. But we're worried about those. Also, another thing is this has no enemies in it compared to a loft. A loft, you got enemies. This is you just surviving against the elements, food, water kind of thing. It's meant to be a game like the developers say. In about 20 hours, you generally clear almost all of the story content. There's not really a story, it's just more of all like you go through the trading sequence and unlock everything. It's like about 20 hours to do that, and then after that you are just able to build. It's just more of that point becomes a free build, do what you want type of game till you run out of room or run out of interest. And I am so confused on where my ship is. I know back this way. Yeah, this is a much bigger island, despite the visual look of it. Great. Yes. There we go. I mean, from the distance and as you're coming up, it don't look like it's going to be that big, but it's actually a very large island. It's just not a large contiguous landmass. It's just, well, it is contiguous. It's just not as large as I would think of. Like you don't have a big open plain. You don't have a big singular open large area. You've got, oh, there's another chest. Multiple chests on this island. And you got just a lot of winding pathways. Berry cake. I'm not going to take that, you know, and eat that this time. If there, I still. Oh, wait. Did I say the muffin? There. Okay. One of the things I need was a muffin. Oh. I don't want to use the berry cake either. Fine. What? I really would like to be able to just select that, you know? There. So, I know I got one muffin because I ate the other one. So hopefully that is what I need for a trade. Because I haven't really tried to... Oh no, maybe I did cook the muffin. I can't remember. It's been several days. I've had other stuff going on, so I don't remember what I managed to complete since last time. I got, okay, here we go. I followed the water down. I know I got first algae here, so I want to say I came down from up top here somewhere. That'd be nice to have a icon readily visible. It says, hey, here's your stupid ship. There we go. Alright. I got one sheep out of this. That is so far away, it feels like it's another island, basically. I mean, it's so far out, it's hazy. I think I come back. At least in this one, I seem to be able to get to all the stuff on foot without having to fly up or build up. So I'll probably come back if I decide to do anything there. I may have to do something with algae there. I don't know about the algae farming stuff. Because there's algae present, I might have to do that there. But if I don't, you know, might be fun just to build it there because of the the landscape a little bit. You know, it's a bit of a flight out there. I think it was close to one of the winter biome style ones, so it might be worth doing it there because I might want to build a little house in the winter biome for some reason. Right, let's make sure this thing is... Yes! It's actually collecting some clay now. Slowly. I think that's the only... Oh, no, it's no ore. It's all... Yeah. Oh, great. Running out of room. Let's see, where's that? I must have traded the berry thing already. The muffin. I must have made another one and traded it. I don't see it now. Yeah, I would hope that they'll get that fixed where the stacking is the problem that it can't place. Because if an item's like, oh yeah, you've already got a stack here, it can't merge into the stack for some reason. Like that corn, it would have placed as a separate stack, and I'd have to sort for everything to work. Let's see, tomatoes, corn. I need another sprinkler. Which is good, because I actually have some extra. There we go. I'm gonna have extra either way. Is that? Nope. Nope. Okay. I can maybe do some repair tools if I need it. And because I know they're full, let's grab these. I'm trusting I'm gonna get more automation as I go with some of the unlocks. Like for maybe not the beehives, but we are going to get some more automation in terms of farming and such. I'm hoping. That sheep's already drinking up my water, even though he's not actually producing me anything. And I'm gonna say it's not a he. Never mind, it's not a he, because he's supposed to produce milk, or she is supposed to produce milk, and that would be awkward saying he produced milk. I shouldn't have to point out why. Apparently, the pig decided to mutiny and not work while I was gone. Alright. I was gone long enough that everything grew again. Yeah, I'll have a much larger farming garden greenhouse once we get the brick option. Then I can burn through all that glass. Ooh, ooh, oh. Ah. Yeah, okay, because I had seeds already. Instead, I picked up the corn and ate the corn. Well, that's okay. I got a lot of corn. I mean, not corn, carrots. I got a lot of carrots. Let me get this. All right, fully stocked on that. I'm going to get a little bit less on the tomatoes. I'm surprised that we don't have potatoes, but then again, you wouldn't really need the sprinkler setup for the potatoes. Root, well, carrots are root vegetables. So I guess technically that would have worked the same in the end. So yeah, you could say that's a little weird why we didn't get potatoes as an option too, but you know, it's not like we don't have enough food options already. Yeah, let's see if I can build a sheep thing. If not, we can go to Mr. Roboto and see what my next upgrade is, because I don't remember what my next upgrade was. I think it was to do with the corn and such. Oh, and well, you know, I was making a ton of animal food too. I forgot about doing that part when I harvest. So I was coming in and doing basically sunflower and carrots, which obviously is going to be a little off now because of me eating some carrots by accident. And I did start making some dough because, you know, just for the fact I feel like maybe the food basket's going to have bread in it. So I might need to prepare some bread. I really don't remember how much I was supposed to have, but I feel like probably 10 and 10 is a good bet for that. There's my dough. And the sheep just standing out there like, what am I supposed to do? Didn't give me nothing to live in. Yeah, well, I don't like your name, Sparkle. Okay, so... I would like it to be a little bit easier to not accidentally start to rename the storage stuff. It seems a little too easy for me to accidentally click the thing and start trying to rename it. Throw that out there. Oh, I didn't put anything in, so let's go. Let's top these off a little bit. There we go. Yes. That is full, so we'll get 2 of these out. And that's about to be full, so 2 of those out. There. I'll say 4 is all you really need for the most part. And those are going to go into the trade goods. Sell for just a few extra points. Okay. Let's take corn. Oh, wheat. Wheat probably go. Yeah, should go over here. Actually. We'll take the algae. I know I'm supposed to make an algae thing at some point. But I don't have it unlocked yet. So take that in case it's one of those things. And you know what? I'm just gonna take these in case. I did find a berry cake. I heard drone. Inbound. All right, we'll go with Mr. Robot and find out what the trades are right now for it, because I don't remember from last time I went there. It's been not only a few days since I played, but a few hours of game time since I actually went there. Again, yeah, it's something, the upgrades seem to speed you up, which helps you get places faster, but I also tend to overshoot and risk breaking my ship a lot more readily. Or like I say, hitting the dock the wrong way to where it wedges me under the dock and treats me as stuck and kills me. There we go. Algae circuit board. Okay. Algae drone. So I do need to go back, but it's going to go and retrieve that. Sky turbine produces a lot of energy. That's why I wanted to leave room. Automatic. I want that. And the forester bot. Okay, so... Oh, and recycler. There we do. We do get that back. Okay, so all of these are going to be great. And then we still have a tier 5. So... okay. Got a... well, 3 berry cake. I don't have 3 berry cake. I got 1 berry cake. So 20 corn, that's not going to be a problem. The tomato, well, corn's growing. Tomato, next harvest will take care of it. 30 brick, I'm pretty sure I got that somewhere. The sheep's milk, okay, so 30 brick, 20 corn, 12 tomato. We'll do that. And that. I'm honestly thinking that next, because I got plenty of power right now. So 20 corn, 12 tomato, and 30 brick. Weird number, 30 brick. You know, it's a stack of 16 or 32. I think that's 32 in a stack. Why not 32 brick to turn it in? You want 2 shy of a stack. It feels like it should be a 32 to match the stack size. Now, I'm thinking that brick, you know, honestly, the brick should be the one that would unlock me getting brick building. You'd think I'm turning in that much brick, that should give me the brick building. So I need 3 berry cakes. Oh, berry cake, I don't have. Okay, so I have to do the inside kitchen. Indoor kitchen for that. Alright. A few minutes to work on our stuff till morning. And I still have, well, there we go. Yeah, too much cloth in production compared to these wax. Let's see. Coming up. Got another minute. There's 1 second per minute on this, so another real-time minute. Yeah, I'm not worried about power right now. That's not a problem. So I want to do the bots, the forester bot, the automatic water and food filling, so I don't have to deal with that. And then the algae bot, because obviously I'm gonna need algae for something, and I don't want to have to go and deal with trying to collect it. Or I just have the drone go and do that, and just fly wherever it needs to. Come drink your water. What are you doing? You don't get this water. You're not producing anything. Okay, and there's that unlock for sheep's milk, so I obviously need a sheep shelter. And that's not showing up in that, so I'm thinking that means I also have a couple things in the other unlock thing for that. Not ready. So I probably do need to have some use of these materials I am smelting, so I might have to make a few other things. The food basket. I need a sheep's milk just to do that. Okay, and 1 corn. There we go. So let's do the... There's 20 corn. I've got 8 corn planted right now. That's fine. So that will slow me down slightly on that. Brick materials. 5 brick. Okay. There we go. What? Nope. There. You know what? That's trade bricks. The special trade bricks. They're not regular bricks. They're trading bricks. Okay. I got brick materials. Just because I have it. I don't care about it, but I have it. Decorative. Yeah, sure. Decorative. Why not just unlock all of it? To get it, for one, out of the way. Okay, corn. Again. Good thing I found all that corn as I was exploring. Truffle and berry. There we go. So I've been stockpiling. Sheep shelter. More corn. Well, great. Okay, you know what? Yeah, let's just go ahead and do that. Because yeah, let's go ahead and get it done because I've got one there. Oh, and then we got paprika. I got a pepper to get. Oh, wait, what am I doing? I need sheep shelter. Wheat. Perfect. Well, you always have a big stockpile when you can. And of course, I'm short 1 single piece of wood. Fine. All right. We'll chop some trees after this. Sheep shelter. Yes, I definitely want to get the automated feeder water thing. And I really wish it would let me place them a little bit closer. Not, yeah, you can just go like right here. I'll just do it kind of like a swing around. So once I do my new greenhouse over there, I will rearrange this better. But now I'll get sheep's milk. That'll give me the food basket. And also the sheep's milk for the next upgrade I gotta get going. So that will just take a few minutes for Sparkle. Where you at? See, shelter is gonna... the time duration for it to appear. Apparently, Crispy is hungry and not eating anymore. So it's the same problem again. They got stuck and stopped doing something. So you definitely need some fixes on the animals. Not completely finished, so we'll come back. Yeah, let's just make sure I don't have any... Oh. Have anything... Yeah. I definitely want to get the clay, I think, started first with dual transport drones. For a fact that it is a longer trip. Bigger stacks, too. A longer trip for each collection run. Oh boy. Running out of room again. Alright, let's see. New buildables. Yeah, circuit board. There we go. Algae! I need 10 algae to make a single circuit board. Does that not seem weirdly assessed? I guess that's the plastic part of it. Algae plastic. Ow. That hurts. I guess that, yeah, okay. Algae drone. I can't plant some algae back here. I would like to do that. Yeah, I know I got a bunch of decorative stuff. Yeah, that. Oh, you know what? There! Brick. Yes. So now, I can also... Actually, let's go back. Let's see. Brick and stone. That's what I was worried about, is we're going to have, like, a stone as far as here's the brick, and you got, you know, brick and mortar. The stone would be the mortar part of it, is what I was kind of thinking. So we got brick and stone for that. That's why I got so much stone stockpiled. The drones are cute. I mean, they're like, I guess if they had a little smiley face, you know, be a little cuter, but you know, his little eyes, I guess, makes them a little bit more personable. You know, a little more of a personality. And I need to use up some durability. I need to break an axe. And also, I kind of need to restock some fuel. I almost want to do it where the big bend, the big island over there. I think ultimate goal after I've got so much stuff done, I want to build a home there for the aspect of I want to span. I want to build from there to there. Like a platform walking path that, if I can, goes all the way across. I want to see if there's a physics limit on it. I could build it where it goes from one side to the other. I think that could be a fun little long-term, you know, can I push it this far project. Honestly, once I get Forester drones going, it shouldn't be, or Forester robots shouldn't be a problem, you know. If I have to, I'll go, you know, set up some big turbines on some other islands and set it up for bunch of foresters there, and just nothing but transport drones bringing the wood back over. I really would like the upgrade option to be a here's a loading and unloading kind of aspect. So you can say, don't put it in your inventory as a drone. Put the drone takes it and puts it in a storage box. It can retrieve from a storage box. Why can't it not deliver to a storage box? So I would like that to be the upgrade rather than being you unlock the additional storage, the inventory slot. I would like it to be more of like, here's that. And so you can have it just instead go and fill up a storage box for you. You know, just go until this is full. And I don't think I had 22 the last time I planted. I think I got a couple more seeds this time. Timmy? Oh, Timmy's leaving. He said, I'm out. Had enough. Hey. I'm extending further. Yeah, I'm definitely going much further out. Got one piece of clay. Got that. Perfect. All right, plenty of that. Actually, that was a perfect count right there. So I can go ahead and do this and just top them off exactly. All right, we'll do what? Here's what I got. I gotta cut power. I just gotta cut power. The drones still operate independently. They gotta come back. So once they all return, yeah, I'll that way they're cut off. I'll let them come back, and with that done, start rebuilding this. It's going to be a lot of fun trying to redo this while everything is still in place. There. Okay, let them continue to fly back. And oh, backpack thing. Where's the backpack upgrade thing? I was supposed to make a backpack upgrade. Yeah, I had a backpack upgrade thing that I got. I would think it would be something like this. Unfortunately, stuff's not in order. Maybe I have to take it to the robot guy and he applies it there. Maybe it's like the ship upgrade. I go to the Mr. Robot and he applies it for me. We'll find out when I guess I have enough to go. Okay, so yeah, this is what I was not looking forward to, is having to go and reassign everything. But I kind of have to do it anyway. I got to go to every spot that's got drills so I can remove one of the drills, since I won't need it, and I now will be able to get a recycler, get some resources back. But we'll do a 2 drill setup at each spot. Should be more than enough. And I'll have to reassign the drones to each drill. So I will start with that after we know we can get this and give me some milk. Your shelter is, you should be happier with that. What do you want? Golden pillow? These diva animals, you know, can't be happy. They got shelter now, sleeping out without shelter in the storms, and that was not right. You know, I give them a place to live and they're like, ha, this ain't good enough. Rude. All right, we'll see you another time, Copaz. That's grown already. All right, that gives me enough tomatoes. So corn, I use pretty much everything, so I'm not going to get enough for corn, but I want to go ahead and get it harvested whenever it finishes. Timmy decided to go lay over closer to the fan. Come on! Why's the corn taking so long? Alright, well, while I wait, what I'm thinking is how I've got that, I'm going to build basically this whole area and swap that out. Actually, I might end up building like from here back and just cover this whole area as a greenhouse. And I'm kind of thinking of doing it in an interesting way, where instead of just one big building, having a middle path through it, like a walkway through it. So you'd walk in between two sides and there'd be a door going to this side, a door going to that side, kind of thing. Just because it'll give an interesting visual look. Be like, oh yeah, look, you know, walk through the middle of the greenhouse, you know, and then have like a higher arching ceiling there, but with more of the drop down, like a little bit more distance. I guess I'm just one. They have a little bit more height, you know, drop down so that the lights are more effective. That's kind of what I'm thinking is like I have a bigger greenhouse, but it'd be two sides and longer, you know, one length going this way and then another length going that way, and you just walk through the middle. And then I move with the automated water trough, I might move it where the animals are up there. I should only have to move their shelter for it to work, move them. So corn, tomato, that should be it. Her stuff, more for the trade goods. Oh, nope, yeah. All right, we're gonna knock out Loth, and of course animal feed. And that gives me a couple, you know, one piece of dough. Guess I can do a carrot here, because I will need some additional carrots at some point. I know. Sell that, because I've already topped off there. And my dough. Oh, that's gonna be another fun part, is moving all my storage. Redoing all that. Oh. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Rebuilding everything completely. I might do the automated water and food thing first. Not gonna lie, I feel like I want to do that first because this is annoying. This is so frustrating. I have to keep doing that so often. Alright, let's see. We did the sand one. Oh. Plus I gotta think how I want to do the drones, because I think ultimately 10. Or, you know, 2 of each. Drones, so that's 12 drones. And actually, I did kind of play with it a little bit. We're going to point out, I did build a floor above this, and I put the drones up there. I was going to try to straddle them, where I could possibly take out, like, a piece of floor, and they would still be on there, but it wouldn't work that way. It was like the alignment was not just right. And it still became a problem of accessing the inventory. I ended up having more commonly targeting the edit name than the inventory. So I may try that again in a moment. Let's just go ahead and grab this. For now, that's a good amount. And, well, that's too much. And I finally could use up some stone. And fortunately, I think how I'm going to do this is because if I go with this, the foundation has to snap, right? I can't add a newer foundation to it. I can't change the height. And I'm kind of thinking I want to make it a little bit taller. You know what? I got an idea. Actually, it'd be easier to do this during daytime, but what you do is, even though they won't snap, you can kind of line things up that way. So look at that. Awesome. That's practically right on it. So now that should cover pretty much all the way across like that. Yeah. All right. So, oh, and of course I did it wrong. I switched back to wood. Yeah. Didn't think about that. All right, so what I'm gonna do is now switch to that. Yes, the brick foundation. And I'm just gonna kind of build up and take over. Maybe I can do it without having to like completely rip all my storage stuff out. I can redo the interior, but I kind of want like, okay, entry room and then a big storage section of it where it connects to an outside styled little area, but with probably an overhang, you know, on that, something more of like an open, it's open to the air, but it's got a roof over it, kind of like a shack in a way that does attach to the main structure, just kind of off to the side. I also kind of want to have it where that maybe I haven't even tried to build snapping to a structure yet, so I would be interested to see if I can actually build, you know, snapping to a structure with the dock and have it as part of it. Granted, that's not exactly lined up right for it, but yeah. And I'm probably want to burn through my supplies pretty quickly, so I'm gonna need a lot of stone still too. Oh man, I really haven't been grabbing that. I mean, stone appears everywhere, the one good part about it, but I don't have a mine for stone. Maybe there's an island where there's a mining spot for stone. Okay, so that is full width all the way around. Do that, like, that's the spot for the doorway. Just slightly disconnected. No, I cannot build into it. I will have to... Oh, let me see. What's the... Is there even a height difference in the end? No, there's not. There's not even a height difference in the end. Great. Alright, you know... Fine. I'll go with that height. Maybe we'll get an update where it lets us, you know, have a little bit more freedom, where we can snap a taller foundation, like adjust around it. Like, don't snap like locked, but snap like alignment. Or I have to completely start over. Like, rip it all out, put it in storage, and then start completely from scratch. Like, just so I don't forget. Change. Okay, yeah, that's I mean, I can go slightly taller, that's about it. And I can't see from this angle, so it's literally not colliding, but then it acts like it is colliding. I mean, that should... Let me see. Must touch ground. What I was afraid of, I was going to be just high enough that I'll get to that point where it says it can't touch the ground. Alright, fine. So I'm just going to build off of what I have. This will be a good test. Let's just, you know. Hey, look at that. All right, I don't have to completely rip everything out just yet. Just carefully target the floor and not the drone. Okay, I can power these back up then. Yeah, yep. There we go. Okay, drones should all start taking off. Yes, yes, drones are... Did not trigger correctly. Alright. Bye-bye. I'm gonna leave him there for now just because it's be easier to kind of rebuild. And I'm definitely gonna, yeah, extend out like that. So that'll still be the middle. And while I do want to get some, I need to use some other resources up. I kind of also need to I need to burn through some resources that are, you know, the smelting ones, and I need to use some of these. So let's find something. So yeah, I know what I want to build. And I need to get some stuff for unlock. So let's see if things are done. Because if I can get... Oh. I think they did not consume everything yet. One truffle. Some eggs. Milk! We got milk! Right there. And that's not totally not advertising. I am not copying a slogan. I am simply stating a fact. So do not hit me with a monetization, demonetization thing for that, YouTube, please. That'd be my luck as YouTube, like, oh, you use that slogan. We got to hit with a copyright claim for that slogan. Since I am kind of clearing some stuff out, that'll work. Truffle, egg, and miak. Oh wait, oh no, I need a bunch of sheep's milk too, wasn't it? Yeah, 30 brick. Remember that. All right, food basket, finally, and now I gotta find the paprika. You know what? Let's check here. Oh, okay, so I don't have to go and do all that. We get sheep's milk. So 5 truffle, 5 egg, and 5 sheep's milk. The good thing I've got, well, I got a lot of truffles stockpiled, but that's only because I haven't been using them. If I get 2 sheep, I still gotta find another pig at some point to balance things out. But that would be good because I can sell it. That's the 500 tokens or tickets, I think. And then, oh, berry cake. I got honey. Honey. What was the how do I make honey? I got beeswax. What was it? Is it here? Yes. Okay. So 4 beeswax make honey. Because I need. All right, somebody help me out here. Was it 3 berry cakes? I feel like it was 3 berry cakes that I needed to make, and I've got 1, so I need 2 dough, 2 eggs, more sheep milk. Okay, yeah, I feel like it was 3 berry cakes that I was supposed to make. For that, and I got 1 that I found. I got a muffin. Oh, what was it? Okay, sheep's milk I know was further along. Okay, tomatoes, I got enough. Corn, I should be about to have enough for that trade. Now, I'm gonna say the sheep's milk was the later trade. It was the tomato, brick, corn, then sheep's milk, I think, was the sequence. Okay, and corn is definitely taking its sweet time. I may have to map it up and see how many seeds I have of each item, and then match it up to how much do I need to maintain certain things. Like, oh, if I produce this and this volume, then I can make this much, you know, per turn. And it might be, you know, like, oh yeah, that's more efficient for the food or whatever. I'm not getting all these extra. I mean, granted, I could sell the individual items. You know, but if I sell an egg, it's one token or one ticket, the same as a stick is one ticket. So I would like to actually be more focused on useful trades. No, not tomato. Wheat, yes. And cotton. Do. Fortunately, I will have to make some more beehives now. I have to do it because I'll need more for honey, plus more for making the wax briquettes. Oh. Okay, that's yeah. Toss these in at least. That. Okay. There, just get rid of it. Yeah, okay. I know tomatoes were one, and I want to say the bricks were the next one. So let me clear these before they run out of space while I'm gone, and we'll go to the robot. Yeah. Okay. And food supplies for the animals. I'll say I don't even need the solar power stuff anymore. With the wind power, I mean, I've got plenty of power production that way. So I don't even need that. And I'm gonna unlock better turbines. So it's really just a cosmetic thing to have solar panels at this point. And I still kind of want to do that. Other than, well, solar panels in some of the remote places, they're cheaper, you know? But honestly, I'm getting to that point where I might just say, I got enough resources, let's do the big turbines, plenty of power. The only concern I have on the big turbines is in the storms. Like these turbines, the windmills, generate a lot more power during a storm because of high wind. But is there a chance that the floating turbines could get damaged, destroyed by high winds, or because they are taller, they are prone to summoning lightning strikes? Maybe it's gotta bring them down during a storm? I don't know. It'd be kind of interesting to see that being accounted for. And 30 algae. All right, so yeah, 20 corn and 3 berry cake. All right, and then 10 sheep's milk. So obviously I need to get that going at some point soon. I am tired of doing the manual part, so we're unlocking that. That is actually a fairly large little area. So that might go to another room, or another island. That would be good, but again, I have plenty right now, so I'm gonna do the drone. So next, 20 corn, 20 corn, 3 berry cake, and 10 sheep's milk. All right, 20 corn. There, wasn't one to let me take control. 20 corn, 3 berry cake, and 10 sheep's milk. I got 1 sheep's milk, 11 corn after I used all that corn to unlock our stuff, and then the berry cake. Yeah, I don't think I needed corn in the berry cake. Yeah. Be a weird thing to be like, here's a berry cake, put some corn in it. Fire roasted corn too. Yeah. Here you go. The Tex-Mex berry cake. I do also want to have it where maybe from here I have like a spot that, since when I'm coming back from somewhere I am going to be bringing supplies, what I might do is have it be, since it may not be a perfect alignment, walk out here, walk up into a little open air type thing but with a roof over it, don't get hit by lightning. And then it's got an open door that leads in here to like the front area, like, you know, maybe the crafting and everything, the living area, something nicer. And then back here is the big storage building with, on the outside, drone deliveries. Maybe I could do it where the drones are like outside, like on a platform, and I can walk up to them and grab that way. That could be an interesting way to try and line it up. Okay, yeah, I need just a little bit more corn. Bring out of space. I'll throw it in there for now. Oh, yeah, and I got that. Alright, let's do this, because I will need honey. That should give me hopefully enough to cover the honey. Let's go down. So, let's see if my corn is ready. That's 8. I'm going to have to wait another round, yeah, on corn to get 20. And that's not even done. They're killing me. They're killing me here. Okay, so 2 very long rounds to get the corn I need. That was 20 corn. The sheep's milk, as long as they've got, well, water's filling up now. Food doesn't seem to go that fast as water does for them, so that's the berry cake. So let's do berry cakes, 2 of them. So 2 honey means 8 beeswax, 2 sheep's milk, so I will have to wait on that. 2 egg and 2 dough. All right, fine. That's not a big deal. All right. You know what? Just to keep with the theme, I've got 1 eyeball over there. So copper, cobalt, and you know what? I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do these. Another 2 stacks, because these will be 1 stack per build, pretty much. That. So, where was it? Boom. Okay. And that. Sort, take that. That. Sort. And, yeah, there we go. Put that. Ah, well. Okay, and then I've got, yeah. Take those out. Like that. Okay, that gives me something. And got 2 more of these. Ooh, I know I can make a bunch more wire connectors. Because I'll burn through some copper and iron. Come out here. Generally line it up. Seems like it's a weird circle where they don't actually line up quite the same on each one. Well, I'd love to have like kind of a grid type thing on this. Okay, that one goes there. Boom. And I'm not going to do upgrades on them until I can get them moved. That will simplify things a little bit. Let's see. Iron and that. Aha. Too much rapid fire clicking. Yeah, I got extra. Okay. There we go. Okay. One more attempt. Hopefully corn is ready because I want to get it as quickly as I can once it's ready. To ensure it's, yes, growing, you know, replanted and started fresh again as quick as possible. Oh, that. Did I missed that one? Okay. The sheep's milk, eggs, and truffles. So that actually gives me enough for the berry cake, so I may go ahead and do that real quick. Yeah, one short. I need to play with it once I get the brick greenhouse going. See if I can actually line the sprinklers up where they don't take over a whole spot, and I can get a 3x3 grid for 9 planters to maximize that space. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I just thought about the fact I didn't go over there and get any kind of offer from him for my backpack upgrade, so I don't remember. I really don't know what to do on that. But I unlocked a backpack upgrade. I thought. Alright, yeah. So. Oh, that's fantastic. Let's see. Okay, so 2 dough. Yeah, 2 dough, 2 eggs, 2 sheep's milk, 2 honey. So there we go. And yeah, just go ahead and do that. 2 dough, 2 egg, 2 sheep's milk, 2 honey, and then the berries that I already get, of course, from that. So there is my 3 berry cakes. So it's 20 corn, 3 berry cakes. Now I need 10 sheep's milk. And then next thing I think was just the algae. So speaking of algae, question is, do I have to put this at a lake, or can I put it here and it just grabs it from wherever? That's gonna be a good test. So yeah, hurry up. Iron absolutely going in now. Oh, there we go. That's all right. Well, I need 10. Yes. Okay. There we go. Okay, that should be 1 algae drone. Question I have on this is the power part. Okay, yep. Has to be in water. Okay. So this might be a case of... Okay, so it does have... well, auto fisher. I can set a drone to it. Okay, so that tells me something there. And then, let me guess, that is the... Where's the power thing for it? There's the power thing. Okay. I'm going to test it here. Just to see if it works. on any water, because that would make a remarkable difference if it does. If it doesn't, then okay, I'm gonna need a drone to collect algae. So now that puts me up to another one, and basically it's got 3 slots. So if this doesn't work, since I've only found algae in that one island, I know where to go. If it does work, then I do have another spot where I could go put like another one of these that's a little bit more space on the waterfront. So let's give that some time, see what it does. I really hope it'll, you know, farm some algae here, but it may not. And oh boy. All right. The other thing I got was the auto feeder thing. Yes, automatic water trough and feeder. So I need a water trough and a feeder. Okay, so good. I get to use them up. Cobalt and silicon. I am all for using up some extra cobalt and silicon. How about that? I know I don't collect water from it, but you know, maybe I can I would assume I get the food back. I think I'll just let them eat and drink for the morning, and then I'll collect them. That way they get their food and water taken care of before I yank all that out. Looks like everything is grown. I want to focus on this for a moment. Come on, you lazy bums. Fine, I'll take care of this while I wait on you. If we get a farming bot that can automatically go around harvesting your grow beds, let's not go with the crop plots like this, but the grow beds that I place on top of, you know, structural tiles. If I get a robot that will automatically harvest that for me, as opposed to where the forester has his own like implementation of an area that he goes and like, this is his spot, his pen. If I get something that like, oh yeah, they'll just go and grab whatever, then what I want to do is set up where maybe I do a separate greenhouse on another island and just have the drones over there harvesting and then shipping back to here. Using the transport drones, like they go there and collect it, bring back here in storage, and I have my more decoratively focused greenhouse on this location, and then the less decoratively focused greenhouse. Of course. Okay, now these need power. And for now that will work there, because if the algae thing does work, I'll clean it up. If it doesn't work, I'll have to do something else anyway. Good. I was getting a little concerned there. I didn't get any of the food back. It took all the food away. There we go. All right, so that's good. So they can be happy, and I don't have to deal with this. All right, one less annoyance to deal with now. Okay. carrots because I got enough. Oh, yeah, carrots. Wheat. Oh, yeah, and gotta keep getting some dough. Slowly build it up to make, well, apparently I just need dough now. It's not bread that I actually need for the trade setup. First waiting on corn. Grab all this. And that. Yeah. As soon as this is full, I am gonna start using it for a little bit. But it's so easy to get enough wood to cover everything, so I'm not worried about it. Sell that. Okay, now I got some more food for the animals. I don't now have to worry about feeding them, keeping it stocked. I just have to put supplies in there. And yeah, unfortunately, again, I would like to see an upgrade for the drones where they can transport to a drop-off storage, because that would be really nice to have it where it just, here's this storage you pick up from, and then here's that item that I want you to take this to. So I basically have a storage container up here that I put the food in, and it picks it up, takes it down to there, and drops it into the food trough, the automatic food trough. So I don't even have to carry the food down there. I would like that. Don't think that's gonna happen in the end, but I would like that. Okay, so yeah, one more corn harvested, and then that gives me that and the berries, and now I've got 2 milk out of 10. Take a look. Not grown. There's something else I was gonna look at. Oh, what was it? Or something else I needed to look at. Oh yeah, the algae thing. It's working! Great! So technically I can put it somewhere else and harvest, but I don't have to. I can put it there. I don't have to take it to the other spot. So I can, if I really, really, really need a bunch of algae in the end, which I need 30, I think it was what it was. If I really need a lot of that, the, let's see, that spot where my sand site is, large little, pond there. And then I want to say it was that one over there had a large lake as well. So, actually, let's see. Sorry. No, not that. Wow, okay, that's not much. The feeder and the trough are not that expensive. The algae drone, pricey, yes, but not as bad as the transport drones, which are what's consuming most of my power right now. Okay, so yeah. I'm thinking next the in the air turbines, the floaty turbines for my unlock, because with that I can see about deploying one of those on the islands where I'm doing the drills and turn the drills into 24/7 production, which means at the end of the night when the drones trigger again, plenty of resources waiting. Okay, let's oh yeah, I need to start grabbing stones off the ground as I can. You know, let's see. I wish there was another way to view a map. So there's that one. That is, I don't really need to go back there except for, that was a sheep over there. And then that we'll get with this next upgrade, which I will say that was the algae is the upgrade. Then there's that one. I know I find paprika. And I'm hoping there's a stone quarry somewhere on one of those islands. So I can get stone and not have to just go wandering around. I can't remember what it was. I feel like that was maybe the pig island. And that's all there was there. There was nothing else of real value on that one. I could be wrong. So iron I've already done. I need to get another drill ideally going at the clay location at some point so I can be prepared for the drones to have 2 drones. I also need to do some more building. You know what, let's burn through what I can on my clay and stone right now. I'll fix that little cosmetic workiness later. So yeah, it's not lined up the way I want, but let's just say right about here. Make that kind of the walk-in or walk-through type area. Yeah. Okay. And so that makes this the edge of that building and then the edge of this building. Not fence. Wall. Yeah. And I think I'll do it like kind of like this. And you know what? Let's burn through a bunch of this glass too, because I want windows. I kind of feel like I might do it with a half wall type thing instead of a full window like that. Maybe no, yeah, we're gonna do the glass door. It'll be like this. You walk, well, actually, let's take that out. And let's try, well, okay. So I got a regular window of that. Let's do that door. Actually, I don't know. Like, okay, let's just compare. Which apparently I'm out of brick. Small window, I feel like I kind of want to use that instead of the half wall style. Like do a lower half brick and the upper half that. Also, let's also, yeah, compare like this. No. That would be kind of useful in certain things, but I think I'm just going to stick with like that. And then, yeah, the brick like that. We'll have over this a roof of some sort, at least. I'm kind of thinking oh no, that's, yeah, that. Also need to use up some sticks finally. And then I'm gonna have to have a wall there. So basically it's a walk through right here like that between here and then a storage building like right there, and this becomes the big storage building, which makes this, you know, maybe the crafting type area here and like a nicer a common area, something like that. Maybe an upstairs where I go upstairs and that's my living quarters. Now I can actually start playing with the building ideas. And I still did not use up that much. So, yep. The iron automation is simply because I was doing all the others and I don't want to have to remember to go get that. The algae, I may do it of here's another island where I set up the algae. Like the main ones farming at another island, and then this island right here, I'll just go down every now and then, grab like a big stack of 3 stacks of algae. Just be like, oh, you know, while I'm down here, let me grab this. I grab stuff. And it's still not grown. I'm gonna wait for it to finish growing. Okay, alright, I have an idea. Especially since I got so much going here. This. And get another thing going. Yeah, I want to do that. Let's see. Pickaxe. Metal. 2 metal. Pickaxe to go with me. And then okay, then like that. We'll make a windmill. Let's see. Wait, fine. Good. Nothing. So let's make a trip to, it was not that one. That one. It's that one way over there. Yeah. Not taking a drill at the moment. I should, but I'm not. Actually, you know what? I can. Let's hit the copper location. I'll clear an extra drill from there, head over, and drop it off at that location. That way I have 2 drills there ready to go. And at some point I go back and, you know, I get my new drill setup going. I'll have to go back and say, I need this drone to come here. Because you can't remotely target anything. I want to say it's that one. I would like an option to color code some of these, you know, docks. Beyond the idea of having to put a beacon on each one. Now, you know, obviously you shouldn't have to put a dock on every island. But if you don't put a beacon, then you can't see the island in the dark. And the beacon does not help you land where you don't get stuck. You know, dock just seems like a more convenient method for it. So I would like a way to label the docks. Or color code them, you know, change the color for the icon. This time the reverse actually worked. Except docking did not work. Oh, it's randomly just decides like, okay, you docked. You're good. This is the best you get. Alright, we're gonna add a windmill to that because that means power during the night. Apparently, I still needed a link from there. And we're gonna put a second drill here. That'll keep those going. Except not during the night, because that's not enough power right now. Thanks! Okay, I'll need the bigger windmill. And now I've got almost... Well, I got 2 new pickaxe to go through, so I'll burn through this one and the next. And maybe half of the third one. So I get a little bit more clay really quick. Not a lot. If I was really going to try and get a lot of clay from this, I would just go and be like... sit here and just craft a whole bunch using the stone and sticks. Which now I regret using all that stone to make the basic pickaxe to do that kind of thing. I knew I was going to have equal amounts of stone in the end. The clay, I would have been saving up more stone. Because honestly, the metal pickaxe does not last very long. I'll get a little bit of this. I at least get a stack of clay. Come on. At least 1 stack. There we go. Got a stack of clay. There we go. Alright, so that will... When I come back, I'll get more, but yeah, I will definitely do this as the first double drone setup. I just gotta think how I want to do that, because you have to have it where they're not obstructed vertically. I really don't like the idea of having to walk out. Well, I guess, you know, I could do on the storage building, on the roof level, if I don't do a second level to it, I might do 2 floors to the storage building. Of course, then I don't want to have to walk up just to get a get a separate set of drones. For the most part, the drones are dealing with the mining resources. So eventually it will be like, okay, here's probably a drone to deliver wood for me from the foresters, and then a drone that for the algae, go actually collect from those, the transport drone to get it. Maybe we get automated farming drones too? I would think not, because that would kind of destroy the whole thematic greenhouse thing if you just, oh yeah, here's a automated farming drone setup, now I don't need a greenhouse. I don't know, I'm gonna have to really play around with the drone setup a bit. See if I can figure out how I want to make it work effectively, but keep it cosmetic and accessible so it's not an extra bit of pain to go and do that. Alright, perfect. Right there. Yep, okay. And stone. Alright, take this. This. there. Okay, so I'll need at least another. I mean, it may have just been a case of it was not very windy at the moment. I wasn't getting a lot of power. So also maybe the idea of doing still a battery bank setup for over there. This will get me a good bit of brick to create a little bit more of that. Honestly, this would have been a good time, you know, take this out. So, yeah, let me, well, I can't build it there, so, okay. We'll just go ahead and put it kind of right here and right here. So, just to make it more understandable, so you gotta have this power feed in, the power feed out to the starting point, and then this right here is the trigger. So yeah, it triggers, hey, it's daytime, you know, 6 a.m. and that activated the switch for now passing the power through to each of these. And that's really all there is to it. Yeah, and that. And just doing that, I'm actually doing fine. That's why I don't think I need more than two drills at any given spot. I think what I want to do now is, before I focus on building out the nice house area and all that, I want to build for storage. I want to get my new storage building kind of set up, get things moving and organized. It'll make it a lot easier. So that's going to be my main project now, is trying to get a storage building. And I think how I want to incorporate the forge part of it. Ooh, you know what? Thinking. I know how I want to do it. I might just have to do a walkout. Create a separate little thing for that. You know, I get an idea and then I'm like, wait, never mind. That's not gonna work like that. This, okay. No, that's not gonna work. Yeah, I hope we get some way to automate stone production. I don't have to go wandering around grabbing stones off the ground all the time. There we go. All right, 27. You know, I did not check the algae farm. Fine. Oh, I always do that. Oh, and you know, I put carrots up first. That's fine. I want to get myself up to like a super full, massive, like I have no room for any more animal feed. They're perfectly happy, you know, covered for a long time kind of deal. Oh, come on, you're not quite there yet. Running through a little too fast for it. Alright, I'll just do that. Again, there goes that. Okay, that gives me that stuff. Fine. And I'm not super worried about trying to start pumping out a ton of tokens yet, tickets, because I know I'm gonna get to a point where I can more readily produce the food trays, little food packs, and get way more value doing it that way. So there's no reason to go ahead and spend a bunch of time now fighting to get tickets when I can, you know, it's like satisfactory. There's no point in really, I mean, the beginning you might dump in some extra stuff, like, oh, I got more than enough iron production, so let me dump into the awesome sink. But then it gets where it's just not helping as much, and you're like, I need something better. I could just toss in the awesome sink, get more tickets. I am almost good on the algae already. That's great. I needed 30 algae. I remember that. So I was like, why not 32? They just like the, you know, the same thing with the bricks. I need 5 more of those, so maybe that will, you know, move quickly enough. Let's go do some trading. I'm gonna get the upgraded wind turbine. You see my drone over there flying off into the distance. The little speck he is. Yep, you still see him a little bit. And we gotta start slowing down now. Corn, berry cake. So yeah, 10 milk, 30 algae, and then new area I'll find paprika because I haven't found that yet. And then we gotta get that. So a golden trophy or a special dude or something, like some special robot helper. So I got 2, sky turbine and the forester bot. I'm not so worried about that yet. And then, oh, we gotta find diamond. So we unlock some new electrical devices. So, again, wood is like easy to get. It's just, again, taking the time to do it, you know? The forester bot, automating it, even if it's a smaller value overall, yeah, useful. And the sky turbine, so I can, you know, say, hey, here's this new forester station. Like, I might go and clear that area there for some foresters. And let them have more power with the sky turbines. I kind of want to see how the sky turbines can fit in with my existing windmills too. And yeah, I'm kind of concerned with the sky turbines getting destroyed during a heavy storm. 30 cloth and a circuit board. Well, great. So I gotta burn through some algae, so that's not happening right now. Forester, there you go. It's not in alphabetical order. 4 circuit boards, great. 16 birch saplings, specifically birch sapling. And a metal axe. Okay, the axe makes sense. You need a bunch of wood for the fence. 16 birch saplings, that seems like excessive because I could see if it was 4 sides, 4 per side from that icon, but it looks like that's not it. So maybe it's like sits, and 4. Sits along those sides, and then 4 at the back by the shack. And then cobalt. I guess for the drone itself. Alright, so I need more algae. Okay, so we're letting that go, get that going. Yeah, if I could get the storage building kind of going first, that's gonna be the real kicker, is getting me that, where I can migrate my stuff to free up space. And what I'm thinking now is I may turn part of this into kind of like an outdoor patio, you know, like here's a little, it's open, there's the floor, but there's no walls, just post, a little bit of you know, ceiling to keep the rain out, outdoor you know, grill. Maybe these off to the side where they can be exposed to the rain. But, you know, something like that, kind of more at front where it's just kind of like an open welcome to my home kind of thing. And you go in, and it's like a nice luxury, big living room, suite area. Go upstairs to get to the living quarters where my fancy bed stuff's all at. All right, well, that is a nice chunk right there. So what do I'm going to use a bunch of glass, I know that. Go ahead, fill these up. And I don't know. All right. Grab 3 and 4. Yeah. Okay. And I'm just gonna knock out this. Let's look at stairs. Half stairs. Like that. So you walk up. Yep. And then no. Too far. Okay. Yes. I'm hoping this is gonna be enough room. I mean, it's fairly wide in there. I think I could do pretty well with a big storage building. So let's start with some walls, because obviously if I'm going to have storage along the walls, storage shelves, I probably don't need to be able to see inside as much. Yeah, okay. Actually, I'm going to take these out, and we're going to do the same treatment to glass. Yeah, I got enough sticks, I think. So we'll do window, 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 window. Yeah, so you come in, and just lining the walls like that. I'm gonna kind of go ahead and burn. Oh, there goes. Oh, I swear I just switched it. Also why I have extra stacks of sticks laying around. I really don't know how far back I want to go. And I might do is at some point swap out like an empty space on one wall. For like a window, actually. Let's see, like. That's one. That'll be easier. 1, 2, 3. So that would be open. Yeah. Give a little natural lighting inside. And kind of section things off a little bit. Because if I do a second floor to this, then, you know, that's gonna end up being where I need, I don't have a glass ceiling there to let light in, so having the windows would be helpful. And then that, let's see what I can cap it with. I'll do, yeah, no. Like that. Now let's go ahead and do one on this side. That. Oh. Okay, that's not amazing, but it's not terrible. like that. Okay, so that'd be 1, 2, 1, 3. Okay, so that's gonna be the next spot. So if I do that, that's 3 by 3 along the walls, and then I'm thinking as I come in, like maybe not right there, like a shorter stack instead of it right up to here, have it like 2, 1, 2, and just doing it as kind of like a row. So I have the walking path in, or you know what, from here, storage, space, storage, walking path, storage, space, storage, like that sort of thing. I need furniture thing, storage shelf. Yeah. So do like, I wish this would snap kind of against the wall. So like that. And then, well, you know, I guess technically is accessible from both sides, right? We'll start with this. I don't know how wide I need to make it between them, but yeah, like 3, 3. I might do like one more row out of 3. I got plenty of room. I don't want to make it just all that. Ooh, that, you know what? End of it right here. Big landing pad area for drones. That's okay, Jenny. I know I'm giving you some inspiration, so you're like, I gotta work on it. You gotta work on your stuff. Once I get kind of the structure semi done, I'll worry about where the wireless power is gonna go, and then the lights. Definitely gonna put a bunch of lighting in. Actually burning through some glass finally. That should be okay, you know. This is more about decorative aspects at the moment, but also, you know, if I get the storage laid out right, I get a lot of use out of it. Obviously, I want to do something where I have like some use of this space inside. I know what I can use to help me. The half walls inside. I can do half walls to create that backdrop where I can push it up to it. Yes, that will simplify things a bit. So, you know, I'll just go ahead and do it. I'll just do wood half wall. So kind of like, all right, that's a wall there, that's a wall there. So like that. So, you know, walk in, and then maybe it's like, here's where there's a stack of ones there. You know, another stack of storage, and then I have, well, actually I don't even have to do it like that. I could do it probably like this. That's like, it feels like that's way too much room between them because of the depth of that, but I could use this to line it up and then kind of scoot it in. Ooh. Or maybe what I was doing there with this instead is I build it up facing this. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna make a difference if I have it like if I'm accessing it from the other side. I feel like it should still work. Your greenhouse is huge? Ah, you're bragging, huh? I'm on the big screen. All right, I made it to the big screen. That hang on, I gotta call mom. I gotta tell mom I'm on the big screen. Not really, but I gotta I need to respond to a text. Apparently. Yeah. I have to go get a bunch of wood again, and I gotta wait. Oh, you know what? Oh, perfect. Why are these running power? It's nighttime. Why is this not powering? They're disconnecting it. That's literally the trigger. The power was... What? Something broke. Because look, the power is supposed to be disconnected, but it's still pushing power through. That's the power in, that's the power out. Yes. And that's the trigger for if the power is active. And it is... Yeah, inactive. Is that right? Or did I turn it the wrong way? Yeah, that's power feeding through to here. And then that's the power with it switched up here. The power goes nowhere. So that's right. Why is it not triggering it? It might be another one of those cases where I have to close and reopen the game for it to pick up right. Oh, yeah. Running out of space. Okay, you know what? Let's go ahead and get some storage boxes. There we go. As if I get started, at least I'll have storage in this. Yeah, this. I would actually like a quarter height wall, honestly. That feels just still too tall to me. Oh, you know what? I want to get this next unlock before we're done, I hope. Let's check on some resources, because I'm so close. 9 algae. Alright, that is it. And that. I got enough algae. I hope I didn't waste some time with the sheep's milk. I wasn't harvesting it, but yeah, I gotta get sheep's milk, algae. Algae is now done, which is good because I need extra algae for some circuit boards. And then that's probably gonna end up being it for today, because I will need to I'll have a lot of stuff to do before next time. But also I'll have to go and get I got stuff to do. Where did I put it? Up there. That means I can let the algae sit for right now. Yeah, I'm going to definitely, between now and next stream, and even though next week is July 4th, right now my plan is to try and go ahead and do the stream, because I don't want to put myself in a position where I'm waiting an extra week to do anything else on this game. I'm just having too much fun with this game right now. So we'll definitely, right now my plan is to go ahead and do the live stream next week like normal. Maybe do a longer one with it being the 4th. If everybody joins in, we got enough people hanging out. Go check my crops. And Jason popping in to flaunt his status as usual. Alright, I need you to get to producing a little bit more milk, Sparkle. You got a short time frame to finish up. Need some sheep's milk. And, oh, you know, go ahead and put that there, I guess. I kind of like the way this is done right now. I feel like this is sufficient for my forge thing. So while I've got this, oh, you know, I may do the forge like right over here where it's just kind of connected to the side of this, maybe. Or maybe I make it part of this since, I don't know. Yeah, I might do that where it's off to the side of this, but I kind of like the idea of the view. Oh, maybe the forge leads out to the drones. Like I have this. Like I just moved this all back. Big area for the drones. Maybe actually do the drones above the forge area. And then have the forge be the what's at the very back. I'm doing all right. Or I am. Can't vouch for everybody. No, I got algae. What was it? One circuit board. Make that. And I need 10 algae. Okay, so I'll probably have enough by the time I get the sheep's milk. But I don't want to curse myself, get the sheep's milk, and then not have enough to get the next unlock with the algae. So I am definitely going to wait. I do want to get one of those air turbines set up. And have it show at least how much power it's producing in comparison. Alright, let's dump everything. Of course, let's go out of that. Okay. Now, weather. How long is this gonna last? It's just rain, no lightning. So let's fly out to get some clay. Since I have the second spot there, it should be that one. Could it be copper? See, that's the quartz over there. Cobalt's behind me, so I'm not even sure what the other one is over there now. A copper. Sand and trees were the other way, back to the other side. I'm not sure what that one over to my right is that I put the dock there for. Oh, you finally out of school, Jason? It was, oh yeah, I guess y'all go a little bit longer. School's already been out in the U.S. for a while. For about a month at least, I think. School's let out. I really don't remember what's on that one. Iron's on the main island. Sand. Copper was the first one I passed. Then you got silicon. Cobalt's behind. And then this is clay. But I don't remember what that other one is right there. Oh boy. Barely see it. Coming in hot. Killed the engines. That's how I end up ramming into the dock a couple times and getting stuck under it. So it decided to unstuck me by killing me. It's raining, so that should mean that should be getting a good bit of extra power. Yeah, I can leave that for the robot. It's just rain and not a storm. I'm gonna swing over to, I think it's that one right? Oh no, it's the little lower one. Go back over here, because I know it's the far one behind, like southbound island is the Cobalt. I gotta probably remember what's over here. I may have left the dock over here because of an animal. I don't remember seeing another pig, but maybe there was. week longer than normal, and then you start back last week of August. I feel like US starts a little sooner. I'll say like mid-August at the latest for some of them. No, okay. I was about to say maybe it's the one I was like, I want to build out. Oh, it's the cave. That's right. This is the one with the cave. That the only reason I saved it is the cave. Because there's a cave. Yeah, I may actually... I'm going to get recycler, which means I can get rid of the extra drills in the end, get components back. So it's not like a big loss for that. It's just better than saying, here's a drill, let me trade in it for one token or one ticket. I could recycle it for the source materials and get more tickets out of it. I may go clear the extra drills again down to 2 drills at each spot and take all those extra drills and some extra power to the clay spot just so I can get a bunch more clay going right now. Because I still have to smelt it, and then I can kind of putter around the island at some point, wandering around grabbing stones, which this is very sparse. It was not this bad most of the time I'm playing. I have to go to another island and just putter around, but yeah, making the storage boxes is not a problem because I can easily go chop all these trees down for wood. Right now it's waiting on the clay, and you know I'll do this because I want to go ahead and get a little bit more. I'll split it. I'll get that. And let's see where I'm at, because I need 3 sheep's milk. Yeah, I think that's 7 is what's in storage, and so I need 3 more. Probably not going to have it since I'm getting only like 1 truffle, 1 egg. Okay, yeah. Can't get all this. Oh god, yeah, just thinking about it, that is going to be a huge amount of stone and clay I'm going to need for the greenhouse I want to do. Yeah, I want to do brick, partly for the cosmetic look, and partly for the fact that I don't want things to get broken. And so, yeah, when I do that greenhouse rebuild over here, I'm going to need a lot of clay and stone for that as well. Probably should get myself into a good stockpile first of supplies before I start ripping that stuff out. And I gotta rethink how I'm gonna do power on this. If you look at some of the promo stuff, the pictures for this, they do have it where what they did is a similar thing to this, where it's a pole, but then they had the half pillar that comes out to the side of the pole, so it actually comes out at, oh, that one, yeah, it comes out at an angle, and then below that they would tie in this, so it would be from a lower standpoint, like half pillar up to the top, so it creates this like cross beam type look. I did that a little bit, and I was like, you know, for me, that's not necessary. If it would go like from here to here, I would keep it, but I don't like it like that. It interfered with my light, and I just decided I didn't care to have it done that way. But that's kind of how I saw some of the stuff being done on theirs, on the promo pictures, and I was like, that's kind of useful as far as at least putting the power up there on top of the pole, making it more accessible that way. So I kind of switched to doing it that way myself. That's why it's, you know, it looks kind of like a power pole would. The problem is, if you're doing it like that, you still have to be able to jump up top to place it actually on top of the pole. So you do have to, you know, either have to build up a bunch of steps, or you've got to limit the height a little bit. So I limited the height. I actually get enough briquettes ready for when I redo my forge setup. Okay, so 2 more sheep's milk. Hopefully the sheep is gonna get a little extra effort going, and I will end up with that pretty quickly. Can't stay too extra long today, but I do want to get that kind of completed and trade done before we call it day. Just so you know. All right, well, I guess technically it doesn't really matter about the algae part, because it'll be the ship upgrade, and I won't have time today for us to go and look at the new frozen biome islands. I'll have to wait for next week's stream. But at least I do have the option to go and rework some more of my power setup, and I'm going to be thinking about how I want to do the power over here to incorporate for the new greenhouse design. Actually, I've got this. There we go. And that. And that. I don't really need the watering bucket over there anymore. I don't know where to throw it in there. There we go. Yeah, I can. Okay, if I keep to this exact setup, maybe go with another set on the end, then I'm only gonna have 3 stacks coming. Well, that stack there. Not that bad. 1 algae short of making a chip thing. Take that. Go ahead and do this while I wait for that last bit of algae. There we go. Yes. And go ahead and do the furniture. We'll do 1, 2, yeah, 3. That's good. So 1 here, like that. Be nice if it has snapping where you could turn it on and off. Like that. Like, I don't want to snap right now, so... yeah, off, but then now I do want it to snap. Oh yeah, look, that is still plenty of room to walk. And, that's fine. And I think I can go ahead and do, like, this side. Like this. I don't even have to like have a backing thing for it. I can just see it. Yeah. Okay. I mean, you come in, you walk through like that. Fairly lined up. Then you walk in over here. Same thing on this side, just two sides to it. Maybe. I'll just throw a white picket fence in there. Does. Sorry. No, don't like that. I mean, other than creating a different design variation by doing that. I guess I could do it like that, but it still is no different than just saying, like, here's this, you know? I kind of like to just run in and grab from the back of it if I can. Yeah, that'll work. You know, run through, check the drones. Which those are empty. Oh, yeah. For now, remember those. Stone. The sheep's milk. Hopefully this night fall is not going to slow things down too much on the sheep's milk production. There we go. And take that. Oh, well, take that. Don't have room for that. There we go. So I got enough for whatever number of spaces this gives me. Just 2 each, so that's 32. Okay, so if I do that, and that becomes another glass window set up right there. I don't remember how many pieces of glass I actually need. 2. Like that, okay. And then that becomes 3 more. Okay. I still like the idea of kind of like a straight pass through. Like that. That would be a door out to... Actually, I might do this as a glass door. Yeah, actually, you know, yeah, I'm gonna do half wall on this part, so I'm out, and do it like this. And my idea here is walk out, and this will be the forge area. So what'll happen is the forge will go in these spots, like this, right there. So you walk out, and then the storage, I may do the back storage here as tied to the forge. So the forge is literally just, you walk out, there's the forge there, you do what you gotta do, walk back in, and then this becomes like the little landing area for the drones. And I have all of this to walk through. Now, one thing I am sad we don't have is a vertical specific, like straight vertical only ladder type climbing thing. Like not having a way to just say, I'm gonna put this against the wall and I'm gonna climb up. I guess they didn't want to have to deal with the logic physics part of that, of walk in and then have to climb up. Just easier to do the stairs. So I kind of wish we had that, but we don't. So I may have to rearrange a little bit if I want to do a upstairs. Actually, what I might do is on this, well, that door, I may rotate the door the way I originally had it, where I built it from this side so that it opens to this end, and make it so that there's stairs that lead up to here, like on that side. Or instead of it being like, here's that, I just have the stairs go up and around, and then you go into an upper floor as well, for even more storage. You know, you automate stuff, you have a lot of items being produced. Let me just double check. Ain't got nothing. Alright, we got a few more minutes. Let me go out. Oh, go grab the beeswax. I think I'm gonna also build me like a spot for the beehives, like where I actually build a spacer type setup so I can space them out specifically over, give me a grid type of alignment, you know, approach. Once I figure out how I want to do that, or I may end up incorporating them around the outer edge of the greenhouse. There we go. That's what I was looking for. That last sheep milk item. And grabbing what I can because I know I need these. Sticks not such a big deal, but they flash on the ground, so pick them up anyway, so I don't think it's a rock. There's gotta be a rock specific spot in the snow winter biome. There's gotta be. I just don't see it not having that at this point. Okay, so that's 10 of those, 30 of that. Let's go see Mr. Roboto, get some upgrades. And then, oh, I'll have enough algae. I could probably go ahead and do the, do one of the air turbines so we can see how much power that's producing by comparison. And that will be, I guess, pretty much the stopping point for today. And that'll give me plenty to work on. So, trade and trade. Now I got the upgrade. Oh, now I get the recycler. So, new area, we gotta find paprika. I gotta find diamond. And that's that. And then this guy, there's only one more trade, so I find one diamond to upgrade that part, get some more unlocks that way, which, well, there can't be much left, because if I get tier 5, and that gives me a blueprint there's got to be one more after this. That's it. It's just got to be one more thing. And then we get this guy, which I guess is like a statue reward, kind of like trophy. Yeah, it's just a trophy for that. So almost done. Yeah, 20 hours almost done with the, you know, unlockable content part, getting all that. If I was just playing this, not streaming, not trying to hold back on doing stuff so I could save it for a stream, if I was just playing it for myself, I'd already have all this stuff unlocked, and I would be just literally at this point building, you know. And I know some people, that's the point where it's like, you know, they lose interest in the game, like this kind of game, because it's like, well, I've already unlocked everything. There's nothing else to work towards, and there's no point in building out this automation and all that if you're not producing something for use. You're not trying to do, you know, this. But there's also, then there's people like play a game like Satisfactory, where it's not about just, hey, I got this ugly setup that is producing all sorts of materials. I've redone it to make it look better. So I have this nice looking setup that's now producing a lot of materials. Or they set it up where it's a more efficient setup. They brag about how efficient their stuff is, you know. That there's those people too. So I see it being kind of like that. You, depending on how you want to play, what you expect out of it in terms of gameplay is if you get bored after getting on all the unlocks done or not. And I think I'm going to have plenty to do for a little while. So, yeah. All right. Oh, ship upgrade. Again, it won't let me do anything other than go further out, but we can upgrade. So now I have 1, 2, and 3, which funny enough is like halfway. So get to the edge and go there. I feel like that would be the one I'd want to go to first. And 4. So one of them is not there, and that is past my... There's me. There's Cobalt, and that's way down there. So we got 4 islands to visit next time. And I've got a recycler I can craft now. Let's look at the recycler. Not like a big deal to have it right now, but I want to see what... Okay, just not normal. Not anything special, actually. So with that, let's do a... over here. Yeah, okay. Let's get some algae, as I should have at least 1 piece at this point. If I don't, I'm going to be wondering what broke. Because that would be something broke. I like the fact it's got 3 stacks that it can fill up, so you don't have to worry about coming out too often. Okay, those... Well, that, sorry, pull up. Yeah. Let's get 1 circuit. I'm not going to upgrade a drone, because I'm afraid of taking the drone out and it basically destroying that item. Like, oh yeah, you took it out and I don't get that back. Just, you know, grow some more algae, make another one. I don't want to do that. I don't want to waste the algae. So we're gonna do circuit board, copper, and cobalt. Well, I got plenty of extra copper. Yep. And what is it, 5 cobalt? There we go. Okay. Alright, so 1 of those, and 30 cloth, 20 iron. Alright. Craft. So now we'll just do a quick look. 18 windmill producing 3,600, so that has 200 power per windmill right now. And okay, so there is a base, or it's not just like here's a little line. Let's just see how it works with this. Let's just put it there like that. I'll start doing some of these over here. Let's see how good it is. Is it wireless? Does it just produce wirelessly? Did I place it where I can't target the thing? Is it in oh wait, oh yeah, it's in the ground. All right, so I'll probably redo this with like a foundation, actually. Just build a platform for those to be placed on, so I don't have to worry about that glitchiness right there. I've actually done pretty well, considering, you know, I had to basically stockpile all my bricks play. There we go. So Sky Turbine 600. So 3 times as much power production as a standard windmill, considering what it is right now. And I'm assuming, based on the fact it's got that reel that takes it up into the air, it probably retracts during a heavy storm, or at least during a lightning storm, so that it doesn't get hit with lightning. I would think that would be the case. It'd be like, oh yeah, probably need to bring that in. So yeah, I definitely am going to get some of those going, probably on all of my islands with the drills, so I can have more production going, or power. And I'm going to do this. I just want to see, does it work? Yes, it works. That is perfect. I can run through. I'm going to leave like an open spot here on each side so I can easily get around. This should work nicely for just a little warehouse type of setup. And then I'll figure out how I'm going to arrange the drones and the forages in the end. Now, I may take advantage of my easier access to iron over here to produce a bunch of metal pickaxe and just go and mine, get a little extra going. Actually, no, I may go collect all the extra drills. You know, every site down to 2 drills, except for I'll put all those drills at the clay site. So I got like 4 drills, 5 drills, 6 drills, whatever number it is in the end going there for right now, and I'll just make a trip, load up, come back. I think that'll be the way to go right now, just so I can get more of this going for the moment. And that's not fully grown, so yeah, good progress. I'm gonna have to play with that a bit. I feel like, because there's only so many animals, and it doesn't seem like we get a chance to produce additional ones. Like, you're not doing animal husbandry, creating more sheep, pigs, and chicken, unless there's a 4th animal that I hadn't seen anything for. That should be it. So the main thing being the amount of space they need for their buildings. And I'm thinking is the electric water trough is kind of like the sprinklers. I don't actually have water connected, it's just power, and it handles it. So it might be a case I just move all the animal stuff up here to this spot and put like fencing along the edge, kind of nice it up a bit, and make it where it's like, okay, you know, go see the animals, you come up here, go through a gate, and then down here again, like maybe around, maybe not that spot, but something through here, have a walk through for 2 sides of a greenhouse that goes all the way up to the edge on each side, and you just kind of walk through the middle under a nice little glass roof look. And yeah, more plants, and I'll keep that little drop down there so I can, you know, drop in and grab the eggs and such from them. And then with this clear, I can actually move the algae harvesting over here and have 2 algae spots here, and that may be all I really need in the end. That doesn't seem like I need it for much else other than making circuit boards at the moment. So could be fine with that. Let me do this. Because I keep seeing it and now it's bothering me, and I know I got the supplies for it. Boom. I just had to do it. I had to fix that one little quirk because it's been nagging me to get it fixed. Definitely, I think 2 drones is a minimum for each spot, just because of the distance. For some of them, the time it takes transport-wise to get supplies back. Yeah, so that's it for stream number 4. Again, honestly, I may move some of my windmills around, scatter them around, so it's like, here's the windmill, and then in the middle of them here is the turbine that goes up, the air turbine. So I mix and match them a little bit for a little more cosmetic appeal over here. Let me see what I can do with that. And yeah, I may just end up building like redoing this with like some kind of platform. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to have a little bit more freedom with it, but may do that. I have all this. This might be a good forestry spot. Put in my forester robots, like one here, kind of thing. I definitely feel like I want to, you know, clear some of the area and make it a little bit more cosmetic with like some custom bush placements and such. And kind of keep it where I have the trees kind of lining the outer edge so it looks more like a forest island from a distance in the end. Maybe leave some gaps, like cosmetic gap for the greenhouse to show through. And I was kind of thinking, depending on how it worked, if I could do a glass floor and the solar panels work through a glass floor, building some additional floors coming up to where it actually reaches up here and I have multiple floors of solar panels. But God, there's enough power from the turbines. I don't think I have to worry about solar panels. I think I'm just liking this. I do want to have a big storage room, and I'm kind of liking the idea of maybe doing the forge on the back here, or I may add it to this side, since this is where I come in from the dock, is adding like a forge over here. Maybe something there. I'm thinking about it. That might be, I might do something here for my logic stuff, because I am going to move the weather station and stuff like that inside. I may do this as part of some of the logic stuff, because I need a way to still do, I think for most part everything is wired except for the wireless power for lights. Lights are the only thing I have seen so far that indicate use of wireless power. So if I can do a spot here that says at night turn on the lights, at daytime turn off the lights, then that's what I want to do. Is I want to have an inverted switch from this where it says it's nighttime, turn the lights on, and versus it's daytime, turn the lights off. I want to see if there's a way to rig it up so the lights will turn on at night only. So I might do some kind of thing out here where it's my logic, my electrical, you know, closet kind of thing, and then turn this whole section here into a forge type section. You know, walk out, walk along the edge. Oh, that's gonna stick out more. I may go with that. I'm gonna think about it. You know, I'm gonna do something and I'm gonna change my mind. What's gonna happen? That's totally what it's gonna be. And I'm gonna think about how I want to do it. For I got enough room. I mean, all of this becomes my house, entryway, living room, kind of, you know, common room area, upstairs with, you know, using stairs for a house, you know, bedroom, grand suite type area is what I want to do. So something just really focusing more decorative in this part of it. And maybe the front having a little porch out front where, you know, you walk out, and again, outdoor kitchen. I'll have an indoor kitchen, just, you know, some chairs, kind of like a lounge area. Come out, sit, relax, enjoy the breeze sort of thing. This definitely would be more of a cosmetic approach than I do in a lot of bases with games, because that's really what this game's about, doing more cosmetics on your base. But storage, I'm gonna make it a little cosmetic, but in the end it's all about having a lot of storage. And I lose one shelf there, I'll lose one shelf, well, if I even lose like one shelf there, so I could put stairs going up. So make up for that, it'll be 3. That'd be 6 on the front, and then 12 on this side. That'd be 3, yeah. So it'll be 18, and then 3. That'd be, you know, here as well. Another 12, 30 shelves. That would be 90 boxes for this floor, and then the upstairs floor, I'll do some other little thing for that. Who knows? I might decide to make the upstairs floor the drone and forge area in the end. I might be like, you know what? This is more than enough. Let's just do drones and forge stuff upstairs. I don't know. But yeah, I definitely feel like I'm going to need a logic type electrical space where I can kind of figure out how to restrict certain things from triggering. Now I know what I'm going to use all my cloth for. Air turbines, yes. So yeah, even sun going down, I am still producing way more power at the moment. So that actually looks pretty nice over there too, like that. And you see it bobbing up and down. I wish the lights would carry a little bit further. They feel very weak in terms of they're bright when you get in there, but they don't have a lot of distance. I used those lights because you can see them from a distance, but you don't get any real light value. Like, you can barely see that light in the greenhouse there, and that is close to the same distance there as that. I can see that light. I don't see the glow, but I can see the light itself. That, I see a little bit of the glow on the roof. I don't see the light. So I would like to see improvements to the light. Mainly in the case of, I know you don't want overly bright, but I would like to be able to place them higher up like that and have them not be super bright. I mean, this is great brightness, but look how close it has to be for that. Maybe an option to vary the brightness, like turn it up or down, you know, would be good. I'm sure there's some way to do it. And I'm hoping, since the forester does use birch saplings, that it will incorporate at least, and so it doesn't use the air ones, so at the least it will produce some birch saplings, so you're not having to sacrifice some of those where you could just plant for trees. Okay, so we're gonna, you know what, I got enough. We got that, so 16 cobalt. Got more than enough cobalt. All right. 50 wood. I haven't ever seen that. Yeah, so like that. That's, yeah, 50 wood, and then it was 4 circuit boards, which was oh, well, never mind. 40. I was thinking 1 algae per one, and it's 10. I will work on getting a forester put together for next live stream. That may take a little while. That's why I might have to do another one there. And we got a storm coming, so I will deal with that between now and next week. But yeah, if you got suggestions on what you want to see me change on this, you can leave them in a comment after this live stream's done, or, you know, make a note and then bring it up next week. Also, Jenny, I want to hear, I'm assuming, again, I'm planning for next week to do the live stream, even though it's July 4th, but that may change depending on if I have something come up with some friends, being the holiday. But I do want to hear, Jenny, of some of the ideas you're coming up with on your base with this, so we can, you know, see if we can inspire each other on this. Also, I'm going to go ahead and say, I'm not going to put my greenhouse on the top floor just because I don't want my sprinklers springing a leak and raining on my parade. I know it shouldn't do that, but I also have a feeling like with so many games, what will happen is the water you'll see a rain effect coming through the floor because of the water. So I don't want that, so I'm going to do that. But yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. Let's just see. I make sure nothing's changed. Timmy, he's hiding over there. He is there. Building a mansion, but you might move it. So yes, that was the problem. I was expecting to replace the whole thing, just rebuild it. You know, because I was going to build it a little bit taller on the foundation, but yeah, that didn't pan out so great. I would like to see again that you can snap a foundation to something pre-existing. Like if you build down, you can then snap your foundation on that instead of it just being the foundation has to be the starting point. Like when I built my stairwell down and I ended up having to kind of line it up manually with foundation and then rebuild the whole thing that way. I would like to see a way to snap that, hopefully. But yeah, the sand, I've got a lot of sand. So it's not a problem of doing that. I got a lot of glass, so it's not a problem of moving the stuff for the greenhouse. And I've already got a lot of the greenhouse stuff in place. I just have to dismantle it. So what I'll probably do for my greenhouse is I'll start building the side that's going to be by the pond and build it up to the, what will be the walk through the breezeway between the two sides. And then I'll rip out everything and start building the other side, making sure I have more than enough in the way of supplies for it. So that's why I think I'll end up dropping a whole bunch of extra drones at the clay spot right now. Because if I have to, I'll just sit there and spend like an hour running around a couple of islands, you know, just grabbing every piece of stone and stick I can till I, you know, find out there's a stone quarry spot next time. Yeah, I feel like if I could get the storage room built first, that's going to be the best thing, because I can move all my storage in there. I have plenty of room to put whatever I need to, so I can then break everything down and I'll have a space for it. That's always the big thing. You got to have storage, you know, to put your stuff away. Otherwise, then you're fighting with finding a place to move things and then move this and move this so you don't run out of space. But since like the solar panels, things like that don't stack, yeah, it could take up a lot of space. So I'm just gonna try to get the storage building filled out first, at least where the first floor is kind of fleshed out for storage, and get all my stuff kind of moved there, and then that should make things a little bit easier. So yeah, we're close. You know, again, if I wasn't just holding back on certain things because of the streaming, if I was going to just play this straight through, I would have already unlocked everything. It's actually fairly quick to do it. You know, 20 hours is what they estimated for that. And at that point, you just get to have fun with building. It's kind of like almost, you know, going back to old school Minecraft, where you don't have to worry about your enemies, but you still get to, you know, you're just focused on the building and making things look nice. And to me, that has a certain fun value to it. Obviously, not everybody's going to want to play that way. There's people who play the adventure mode for Minecraft. I never did that. That, to me, wasn't what Minecraft was about. So this is my kind of game for that. I'm looking at some of the promo pictures for the way they did some of their stuff. Some interesting ways to do, you know, like the animals and all that. And I see a lot of, they did a lot of outdoor farms, where I still like the idea of doing the greenhouse. And, you know, it's funny enough, it said you could get your building caught on fire by lightning. I have yet to have a building catch on fire, and I've even had my roof hit directly, never caught on fire. So I'm kind of irritated the fact that they said it could happen and it never did happen. Point that out, it never happened. So, yeah, I'm definitely gonna keep playing with getting some more power structure at least done this week. I like the way it's going. I feel like I could do a little bit better cleanup on it now that I got some other stuff unlocked. And trying to see if there's anything else I've missed in the. Oh yeah, I'll definitely get enough going. I'm gonna get foresters going. I want to get like 2 of them, so I can at least have some more wood coming in for fuel without having to waste my time on it. But it doesn't look like I've missed much of anything else, so I will be, yeah, it is what it is. It's not a stressful game unless you are constantly running out of food and water, which is usually the very beginning of it. And then of course it is meant to be a relaxing game overall. You make it what it is. You want to do, you want to build. That's what it is. That's what the game's about. You're building. You can build for high efficiency on certain things. You build for a lot of automation, or you can just build for a lot of cosmetics, because there's a ton of cosmetics. You know, you look at Satisfactory. A lot of people build for high efficiency, and they'll have an ugly looking blueprint. But then there's people that'll build a really nice looking blueprint with just as much efficiency. Or some people will build a nice looking blueprint that is just simply a nice looking blueprint. You know, it's not the most efficient. It's just, it looks good in your world and it does what you want it to do. You know, this game is definitely gives you a little bit of variation on how you want to build, but you're still focused on building. If this is, you want a game where you got to worry about enemies attacking you, base defense type survival, Solarpunk's probably not the one you want. There's other ones for that. Timmy! Coming back? Come here. Come here. Come on, say goodbye. Come here. Hey, hey, hey! Where you going? Come here. Come here. Come here. He's just looking at me, wagging his tail. Come here. I'm gonna come get you. I'm here. Oh, that's straight. Oh, you gonna lay down? No, no, lay down. Here. The Timmy. He says, "Stop this. Stop this madness. I don't like it." You're like, "I don't like this. I don't want to be on camera." All right. Can you say something, everybody? No? No? Okay. Well, how about this? Say goodbye. Thanks for watching. I know what you're going to say. So long, and thanks for all the fish. All right. So, yes, thank you all for hanging out. Again, plan right now, I'm going to do a live stream next week. If something comes up, I'll post. You know, happy 4th of July. Sorry, you know, this came up. But otherwise, plan for a live stream next week so we can hang out before all the fireworks. If you are, you know, American celebrating America's 250th anniversary. And yeah, we'll do some more building because I don't want to miss next week if I can avoid it. Because I definitely am really enjoying this game. It's just kind of hit that right sweet spot for me right now where it's such a fun game. I've got way more time in this game right now than Subnautica 2. So yeah, it's definitely just, it is what it is, but it's hit that nice sweet spot right now of it just fits what I kind of want to play at the moment. So, but yeah, thanks for hanging out. As always, we'll do this next week, hopefully, most likely. And if I don't see you then, I'll see you the week after that. But either way, have a good rest of your weekend. Be safe. If I don't see you next weekend, happy 4th of July. Otherwise, we'll say that again next week. But thanks. We'll see you then.